Mike got the name right. That's congratulate him on that one.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, start with, I mean, your story is interesting. Texas guy, it's a long way to Montana State. How do you get there? Sounds like you're successful there and just sort of keep climbing the ladder. How'd it work?
Yeah, like my junior year, Coach Baptiste, he's the D-line coach there, but he recruits like the Houston area. He had came to my school. They said they really liked my film. And then they just kind of watched me practice. This is during the spring, and shortly after they offered me. And, honestly, I didn't think much. Like, I was excited, my first, offer, but I didn't know nothing about Montana State football, nothing about Montana. But later that year, I took a visit up there, really enjoyed it. It was cold, but they had a lot of good people up there. And so, decided to commit, and, it was a blessing for sure.
You had 2 good years there. They're obviously a very good program, but you left. Why that move to UNLV?
Just to play like bigger football, really. Of course, they had a great program, and I loved everybody there. But it was just a bigger opportunity for me to go play at UNLV under Dan Mullen and some of those coaches, and so that was the main reason.
And then why this final move to West Virginia?
I'd say the same thing. I had a bigger opportunity, somewhere else. Like, I feel like anytime, when you're young as a kid, it's always to play, big time football at the highest level, at the Power 4 level. So to just have the opportunity to come here and play with Coach Rod is, a blessing.
How are you feeling going into this Saturday? You got first spring game here, your first taste of the WVU fans. What's the mindset going in?
I'm just excited, to play football in front of some fans. We've been practicing, but not too many people are there watching. But to practice in front of people, go live, tackle somebody. I'm gonna have some family members there, so definitely gonna be fun.
Go ahead.
How is Coach Mullen different than Coach Rodriguez? Are they similar?
Man, they're very similar, honestly. Like, they're very, hardcore, get after it, and I love it. I feel like that brings the best out of the team. There's not going to be a practice where he's going to let anybody slack. So they're very similar in that matter and how they like to coach.
So you're a versatile guy, obviously. How are you getting utilized? Are you playing multiple positions, playing one? Where are you at?
Yeah, honestly, this is my first time being out of school where I've got moved so much, playing, some safety, nickel, like, multiple positions. Because, naturally I've been a corner these past 3 years. But, I'm definitely moving around a little bit, learning a lot of new things under the scheme.
So how is it different not being a corner and playing safety or nickel?
I'd say just more in the run fit. My zone drops are different. But, DB is DB. And at the end of the day, if you can guard out there at corner on the island by yourself, you'll be fine anywhere. So, and definitely, the coaches helped me a lot just coming along, learning, telling me the right things to do and everything.
Coach Rodriguez said going into this Saturday, he's hoping the one big thing he wants is he's kind of a competitive edge, a little intensity when it comes to the competitiveness. What's your mindset? What do you do going in to make sure you're ready to prove, to show you are the person who should win this spot going into the fall?
I just say, naturally it just kind of happens, especially coming from, a smaller school. Like, I come from a group of 5 before that as an FCS, so I feel like naturally that just helps me have a chip on my shoulder. And there's still so much more, football to play. Like, we're just getting started, so I'm excited just for the next step and to grind and to just keep proving myself, what I'm saying? But not only that, just bringing my teammates along too. Like, being a senior, mindset's just a little different, but just trying to get the young guys and everybody to, finish strong this spring is the main thing.
It's like making new friends. You've been a bunch of different places, and you go from one place to the next. Talk me through that a little bit.
I think that also just comes very natural. It's not really something I force or I go talk. What I'm saying? But as you get around the guys in your group, and we spend some time together. Even outside of just football, we grow a bond, and from there it just happens. Honestly.
Is there anything that surprised you about Rich Rod?
I won't say nothing surprised me. No. Yeah.
What have you learned about yourself in this, from the time you left high school to where you are right now?
I learned about myself.
lot of different places.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say what I feel like I just learned how to be, mentally stronger in the sense like, I feel like physically, obviously I'm not, the tallest, but physically just running and strength wise, I was fine, but just having the mental endurance to go through, a college football season, go through fall camp, go through spring ball, stay disciplined the whole time, and just go out there with the mindset to get better every day. That's definitely something I learned.
Are there any of your teammates that have stood out to you so far through spring that you want to bring up?
I definitely gotta say my boy Jameer Latimer. I'd say we bonded pretty tight, pretty much since we first got here. We're both seniors. We're very similar. We got a lot of things to relate to each other on. Similar playing style as well, and really the whole nickel room. Malik, Emery, and Miles. I'd say all of us. There are a lot of young guys, but we just all have fun. Cheer each other on, things like that.
Any offensive guys jump out at you that like, hey, this guy's tough to tackle or this guy's tough to cover?
Man, honestly, all of them. I'd say we got two really good quarterbacks. Some really good running backs. With Amari and Cam Cook. I mean, they're stout. Some big backs. DJ Epps at receiver, Weaver. They're both really good. Not too much on the outside, but Prince and them, like they're really good. I'd say the whole offense, honestly, like definitely every day you got to come bring your A game.
Pretty much name them all.
Yeah.
Andrew, Houston, Bozeman, Las Vegas, and Morgantown.
Yeah.
Been quite a ride, man. What's it been like playing football and living in those different areas in such a short amount of time? Right?
Huh?
Very different places.
Yeah,
right?
very different, very different. I'd say when I first got to Bozeman, a little bit of a culture shock, but man, like they have great people there and they have a great fan base, everything, and it was just it was really cool living there. Different experience. A lot of snow, maybe doing some different things, but honestly, I had a lot of fun there. Like I can't complain. It was different, but I had a lot of fun, a lot of great, memories with those teammates, and same thing in Vegas. Like it was a different environment, but it wasn't nothing like, too crazy. It wasn't what, I'd say what they hype up Vegas to be is like, oh, Vegas is so crazy. It's honestly pretty chill. And, yeah, I'd say, and even here, like, it's the same thing. When you're a student athlete, you're just, mostly playing football, going to school, things of that nature. So not too much of that is changing, honestly.
Played some playoff games. I'm not sure how many of your teammates have played in playoffs before. And North Dakota State twice, right?
Yeah.
Can you take me through just what the playoff is like for a college player, and then what's getting to the final game must be a highlight.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say it definitely takes a different mindset with the team and different discipline to go that far. You get a group of guys just ready to give it their all, and just go out there, be their best, honestly. And to get to that final game, like it's crazy. Honestly, playoffs goes by in a blur because you're just so excited. You're in the playoffs, like you're so ready to get to play the game. Like it happens so fast. But to get to that final game was definitely a blessing. Unfortunately, we didn't come out with the win, but it was definitely a cool experience.
You said it kind of takes like a different mindset with a team to get to a level like that. What do you do as a senior leader to impart some of that on some of the younger guys here in Morgantown now that you're here, like to get them to be at that level too?
I would say just bring energy every day. Like not every day is gonna feel great. I wouldn't say not every day you're gonna, want to go out there, but like every day you got to be competitive. Like you got to compete. Like it's not an option. Every day you got to get better. It's not an option. And I say just bringing that mindset. Any negative talk, just cutting that out. Like not even saying anything negative, despite how you feel, and just being positive. You got a couple of guys, like a group of guys who's gonna do that. Everybody's gonna come along, and then every practice you're just gonna go out there and attack the day.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.